to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by the undisputed champ, Chantelle Cameron. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
All good. Have you just finished a bit of S&C?
Yeah, Johnny Velocity come to Northampton to give me a session.
Okay, well, listen, let's jump straight into it. Obviously, yesterday, well, actually, just go back before yesterday, because since obviously the news that Amanda Serrano is out of May 20th in Dublin with her projected fight with Katie Taylor, the calls were coming in straight away with yourself to fight Katie Taylor instead. And it took a turn yesterday where Katie Taylor, on her social media, I'll just quickly read this out so people have a little bit of context. Let's get it done, Eddie Hearn. This homecoming has waited long enough. Free arena is available, so let's give Ireland a night to remember on May the 20th. Let's go, at Chantelle Cameron. Happy to move up in weight for the opportunity to become a two-weight undisputed champ. So, first of all, your reaction to seeing that post from Katie?
Shocked, because I don't think she ever shouts anyone out. She doesn't need to shout anyone out, because she is who she is and what she's doing in boxing. So the fact that she put it out there that she wants to fight me and kind of like put Eddie on the spot and put Eddie in a corner, it's kind of like, why is this fight not happening? There's literally no excuses. She wants to fight, I want to fight. There's only one man that can make it now. We're both in matchroom, we're both under Eddie Hearn. It's the easiest fight you can make. Like, this could be signed and sealed off in 24 hours. It can be signed now.
Okay, Shan, is your hand over the speaker thing? Because I can.
Oh shit! You know what? It actually is. Yes, sorry.
Oh my god! I thought that. I didn't want to break your flow, but can you actually repeat what you just said? Because just in case people found that hard to hear.
Yeah. So I can't remember what I said now. What would you ask me?
I said about your reaction to reading Katie's post.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm just sorry, notifications went then. So when I seen it, I was a bit like, bloody hell, that's out of the blue, because obviously Katie, she doesn't have to shout anyone out. She never shouts anyone out. She's always goes about her business like professionally and doesn't kind of have to do that this year because she is who she is. So when I seen it, I was like, that's a bit out of character. But obviously I was rubbing my hands together because I thought, she's putting it out there. Now it's clear to everyone to see that I want to fight, Katie wants to fight. So there's only one person that can make the fight happen. We're both under his stable. So it's easy. It can be done in 24 hours. It can be signed off today. It's that easy to make.
Yeah, I think the first step, obviously, we know. Well, we could have predicted your standpoint for this for April 20th. Now, you are scheduled to fight on April the 1st on the Joshua undercard, but May the 20th, obviously, is 6 or 7 weeks after that. So, from your perspective, you're already in camp, and that date would suit you. But for Katie Taylor to come out and say, which she doesn't normally do in situations, come out that vocal and say, all right, I'll tell you what, May the 20th, Chantelle Cameron, let's do it. So that is a positive step if this fight's going to happen. That's Katie's kind of viewpoint on this.
So yeah, so April the 1st has been talked about, but there's been like loads of ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster April the 1st. I've not signed for anyone. There is a contract that they want me to sign now, but obviously, like, why would I fight April the 1st when Katie Taylor's free, I'm free? She said May the 20th, the stadium's already booked. Like, why would I box April the 1st? It would make no sense. Like, why would I risk anything when the Katie Taylor fight is there for me, and my whole career has kind of been around this Katie Taylor fight. It's the biggest fight that I'll ever get, and I want to challenge myself against the best. So if you're gonna put 2 fights there where there's one fight that I'm not really motivated for, and really I'm like, it'll just be another fight where there's a fight against Katie Taylor where she's openly said she wants to fight me May the 20th. Like I want May the 20th. Like there's no question about it. So April the 1st, I think it was madness if I get put on that card. And I've got a little injury now as well. So May the 20th makes perfect sense for me to go over my little niggle and be ready for May the 20th. And like I said, realistically, no opponent has been concrete for me. I've had an opponent that was offered to me, I think last week. So what champion would fight any opponent on short notice? Like it'd be too much for a risk for me. It was literally an opponent was put to me on the Nottingham show. Last week it was like right to accepted. And now it's kind of like tomorrow's 4 weeks away. I've not signed a contract. Katie Taylor's put that out. So it's it's madness. But May the 20th makes perfect sense to me.
So, in regards to this niggle you're referring to, Chantelle, could that affect possibly a date on May the 20th, let alone April the 1st?
No, it's just a little niggle sparring a lad from the gym, Levine, and I jabbed my elbow. So it's just a niggle, but it's obviously a niggle that I don't want to go into a fight, rushed anyway, and then risk everything.
Yeah, so obviously if you had a date of the May the 20th penciled in, you wouldn't be fighting. It would make no sense for you to be fighting, obviously 6 or 7 weeks prior to that on April the 1st. But look, what's your time scale for this? Because listen, we're in March now. We've just hit March, and I'm supposing for yourself, for Jamie, the team, you want to know what's going on like now. You want to know what's happening in the next few days.
Yeah, like that's my frustrating. It's been for April the 1st is I've not known anything. I've been left in limbo. So there was talks about me and Katie. So that was holding everything cut for September. So it was kind of like, right, you fight in April the 1st, but it all depends on a contract with Katie. So I've accepted everything that was offered to me to fight Katie in September. Everyone knows I want that fight. So I was like, right, I accept everything. Right, let's just get it written down so it's there. So I know it's going to happen and it's not just going to be all talk. So I agreed to everything. And then obviously this has happened now when Savannah pulled out. Katie said that she only wants to fight me. I've not signed a contract to fight April 1st. So it makes perfect sense.
For Katie Taylor to fight you, it would involve her, obviously, as she stated in her social media posts about coming up in weight to fight you. So, I mean, do you see that as any kind of factor of why the fight wouldn't happen?
Yeah, it would literally make no sense. This fight doesn't happen. It's just going to be a bit of a joke. It'll be laughable because two fighters have openly said, let's fight. Both undisputed, both undefeated, both in the same stable. Like, I literally cannot see why this fight would not happen now.
So, from your perspective, if you're happy with everything kind of moving forward to get this date now for May the 20th, if the fight isn't to happen, and I still think, as much as I said to Eddie Hearn the other day, I would prefer to see you and Katie ahead of the Serrano rematch. I live here, and obviously I know you girls. I'd rather see that fight. But if the fight isn't to happen, then are you telling me that it's going to be nothing from your side that prevents that from happening?
No, literally nothing. Like everything that's been offered to me, I've accepted. I've said yes to everything. So from my side, like I'm ready to sign. That's how much I want the fight.
Chantelle, have you had an approach from Matchroom and Eddie Hearn regarding this fight in the last 2 days or 3 days?
I've been on my manager's case. I've been hassling him to be like, as soon as Katie done that post yesterday, I was on the phone to him saying, yes, take it, like, let's go. So that's what I mean. My side, we're ready to go. Jamie's ready to go. I'm ready to go. So it's just down to them now. Katie's obviously ready to go. So
I think, well, just my opinion, regardless of what happens, I think you're definitely going to fight Katie Taylor, I would say, at some point this year, whether it's in May or in September. Does any part of you think that it benefits you or her or anyone or the situation to have that fight later on in the year or not?
no, like why wait? Let's do it now. If the arena's booked, Katie wants her homecoming, I'm willing to go over there and fight her for her homecoming. Like there's like the sooner it happens, the better, in my opinion. Why wait around? If we wait around, anything could happen. So May the 20th makes perfect sense.
This is being billed as
summer.
Katie. Sorry, Chantelle. This is being billed as Katie Taylor's homecoming for the first time as a professional back in Dublin, back in Ireland, etc. Any concerns about you going over there at all to go into the Lions Den, which it will be for you, which I know you're not going to be phased about, but going over there and, well, any concerns at all?
I'd be lying if I said there wasn't, because obviously, like, I want to keep my belts, and I'm going into Ireland where she's already the golden girl of women's boxing, and what she's done, she's made history for women's boxing. She's got women's boxing where it is, so like she's everyone's idol and a pioneer for women's boxing. So obviously, I'm like, I know what I'm up against, and there has been some decisions with Katie Taylor which have been a bit sketchy. So yeah, like obviously, I think really, I'm gonna have to make sure like I really do a number of it, because she's one of the best female football. She can't count best, ain't she? And then there's me willing to go to a homecoming to put my belts on the line. But at the end of the day, I want to challenge myself, and I can sit on these belts and babysit these belts and call myself undisputed champion. But if I'm not willing to fight the best, then I'm not no champion.
Yeah, it's a good attitude to have. Yeah, look, listen, we know, like I said, this will be billed if it's made as Katie Taylor's like homecoming finally, etc. So all the kind of the home attention, will kind of spill towards Katie, understandably. But for yourself, obviously, yeah, totally agree with you. Like, why are you in the sport if you don't want to fight people like Katie Taylor?
Exactly. Like, that's what the sport's about. The best fight the best. And I believe in myself to make sure that as long as I perform and do everything that I need to do, I'll win. And no matter what the judges score it, as long as I know as long as I know deep down that I won, then I don't need my hand raised. I've got to make sure that I leave this sport knowing that I left my own statements in boxing.
What has Jamie, Nigel, your team, what have they said about this fight or potential fight?
Obviously they know how much I want it. They know how much I wanted it for ages, and they know the last couple of weeks of like my mood's been up and down because I've had the carrot dangled for a few weeks now, and I think they want me to have this fight because they know what it means to me.
Okay, well, listen, let me just timestamp this at the moment. Friday, 3rd of March at 3:10. This is an ever-changing situation, so something could develop later on tonight or tomorrow, etc. So I just thought I'd kind of put a timestamp on when we're talking about this. But look, we hope it happens. It is, like I said, in my opinion, I'd rather see you and Katie Taylor rather than the Serrano fight. I've said that numerous times, so let's just see what happens.
And from my side, I'm ready to go. So there's no excuses for me. I've agreed to everything that has been put to me so far. So I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's see what happens. Chantelle Cameron, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. And yeah, when there's an update, we'll have another catch up.
Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.